I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm in bed. I don't have my teeth in my mouth. And this really ain't gonna be long. Um, I just finished watching Married to Medicine, and I just had to come on, right? Because I am so, I'm not a Heavenly fan. I'm not a Heavenly fan at all. I like Heavenly. I like her in small dosage, but tonight, mm-mm. I I am under the I've come to a conclusion. Something is wrong with Toya. And I'm looking like Toya want to be angry at Heavenly so bad about whatever. I don't really like I really wasn't watching Married to Medicine that much in the last couple of years, but for some reason I just started watching it this year, and it seemed like it was going to be good. I'm not down with all the bickering, and because it's not showing black excellence or anything like that. And I understand in real life that you do go through stressful things, and but I can't believe I can't believe that's how people who are educated in profession and and professionals and have money, that this is actually the way that you behave, and especially on national TV. I don't want to believe this is the way that you really behave. And Heavenly told no lies. From the appearance, the house is beautiful. It looked like the house is beautiful. We only seeing a little, but this may be Toya's sixth dream house. Toya don't stay in a house long. Toya stay in a house maybe maybe 3 years at the most. 2, 3, 4 years at the most. And then, and then she's angry. She's angry about something, and the way she talked to Eugene, oh my goodness, the way she talked to her husband. Today after church, and my friend and I, we were coming home and we were talking, and I said, I don't want no little man. I like a man with a little bit of meat on him, right? I said he could even have just a little bit of stomach. And I like my men because I know I'm a handful. So I need a man that's going to be strong enough to uh, tell me to sit my ass down and be quiet somewhere. And I'm going to say, okay, daddy, I'm going to sit down and be quiet. I like a man that can put me in my place, but put me in my place lovingly, um a man that can handle me, but handle me with love and with respect. And the way she was talking to Eugene the night, man, I'm saying, I always said that black men, you cannot disrespect black men in front of other black men. You can't disrespect black men in front of people, period. And the way she talked to Eugene, oh my goodness, she is so freaking disrespectful. This is my opinion, y'all. I mean, like, I'm talking to myself basically, and this was just something that I just whenever I feel like I need to get something off my chest or something like that, I just come on. And if somebody come on, it'd be nice. And if nobody don't come on, it's still okay. I'm still gonna, talk to myself laying in the bed and get these thoughts out my head. And and it seems to me, I am not a heavenly, like I said, I'm not a heavenly fan. And but tonight I didn't see, and I don't like to say, that's just heavenly being heavenly. I don't like saying that because that's like making excuses for Heavenly. Heavenly is who she is. And when you know who a person is, you don't let that upset you. because you know just how that person is. Your expectations shouldn't be high. You shouldn't have no expectations about this person because they didn't show you time and time again who they are and you know exactly what they are. You know, Heavenly is somebody that's gonna push your button. She gonna say something, so you shouldn't feel no type of way when she because you expect that from her. But tonight, what she was saying, it was like, damn, the man is with he's with the men and you with the women. And before the party even started, you and Eugene should have sat down and got things, you know, it should have been a conversation they had about the games and about all, you know, what was going to happen at the party. But it was like, man, when she just came out of left field with the way she was talking to this man, it's like, whoa. And Eugene, and I know he was embarrassed. I know he was embarrassed. So it wasn't just Heavenly saying something, it was all the women saying something. And I am not taking up for Heavenly by no means. I am not taking up for Heavenly. But that was so disrespectful. And just like the I'm not good with names, but it's just like the lady was saying. Toya don't listen at herself. And I'm under the conclusion Toya is so unhappy. She is so unhappy. And I'm looking at Eugene. He is working himself to I don't want to say to death, but he's working so hard to please Toya. The first time they got in trouble about that, now all of this is my opinion, and it's not allegedly, but when they was in Tykes, when they was in trouble for Tykes and stuff like that, when they was in trouble for bike taxes by Eugene working and Toya being a stay-at-home mom, I think you should there should be some accountability. All I have seen Toya do is drink wine, complain, talk down to Eugene, and move. She's never ever satisfied. She's not satisfied with nothing. She's in this big, what they say is a big, beautiful home. From the looks at TV, you can't really tell. You can see it's big and it's nice, but the backyard seems like it's a vibe. And you know, I mean, she got this beautiful house going on. You got two lovely children, and your husband is home maybe 2 or 3 days out the week. And now the man say he home for 6 days, and all you want to just do is is argue. You want the man home, but you want the man to work. You want the man home, but he got to pay the mortgage. And I don't know. I'm not pocket watching. Don't know who making what, and don't know who bringing home what. But Toya is so so unhappy. She is unhappy. And why? Why is she so unhappy? I mean, Eugene is bending over backwards, twisting himself all up in like a pretzel, trying to satisfy this woman. And Toya is never satisfied. She is never satisfied. And then I'm looking, I'm laying in bed and I'm watching. Every woman that was to that party had something to say, but she singled heavenly out. And I understand her and Heavenly, they got their issues, and I mean they got their issues going on. And Simone, I'm telling you, oh, I don't like Simone. I don't like Simone. They pacify, they're pacifying Toya behavior. They're pacifying her behavior, and all of them know what to expect from Heavenly. And I don't think it's right for them for Toya to say, well, she have had issues with everybody in the group. She done had issues with everybody in the group. But I don't think it's right, nor do I think it's fair to tell the other women, you're next and you're next and you're next. Like I said, I don't watch Married. I haven't been watching Married to Medicine like that. To say how Heavenly is. All I know is Heavenly is an instigator. She's an itch starter, but she ain't gonna back down. She's not gonna back down. And the way Toya came not only at Eugene, but the way, just calling the women bitches and you bitches, nobody, if you good in your marriage, if you secure in your marriage, nobody got to have your back about your marriage because you know what it is in your marriage. And I'm looking, and I'm just a person looking on the outside. I'm standing on the outside looking in, not really knowing what's going on. However, I do know tonight, and I'm nosy like that, so I'll be back next Sunday too to watch it again because this is about the only reality show that I'm watching hip hop, loving hip hop Miami. I'm watching that. And I'm just taking a bite the way she talked to her husband tonight. I'm just, when she told this man that he would lead, be a leader, be a leader in your house. And I'm saying, damn. Hey, Sean. Girl, I'm just rambling, talking about, and I ain't got my teeth in my mouth. I'm in my bed. Um, Talking about what love and marriage, not love and marriage, um, Married to Medicine. It was good, but it was so. I was embarrassed for Eugene. I was embarrassed for Eugene, and I don't. I don't watch it. Have not been watching it enough to say this is Toya's normal behavior. Was she drunk? Did she take something? Is she on something? And and then seeing all those women, I for me, I take friendship very seriously. I take it very seriously. That's why I don't have a lot of friends because I can't stand um the backbiting. I can't stand that. And all those women had something to say tonight, but they only picked out Heavenly. They all of them. And one thing, I'm not a Heavenly fan, but I do admire Heavenly not backing down. I admire. I don't care how all of them come at her. She's not backing down. So it take all of them. What are they? Contessa. I don't like. Something I don't know. It's something weird about Contessa. Now Angel she done jumped from basketball wife to now she's a Married to Medicine. She's on Married to Medicine. And I'm looking at these people and I'm saying, what kind of if I couldn't be friends with nobody like that. And then and I used to like Quad too, but Quad talk about herself in the third person too much. She talk about herself in the third person. And who do I like on Married to Medicine? I like the women that act professional. The women, the new women that's on there, everybody except Angel, that acts, that behave themselves professional, and that husband and that wife who has a son that's artistic. When they say, let me get the hell up out of here. See, that's how I am. Maybe I throw at them church fingers and say, deuces, I got to go. Because when I get nervous, when people start arguing, especially when there's liquor involved, and I get nervous. I'm nervous around crowds of people. Um I don't say I get paranoid, but my spider senses start tingling, and the first time I hear yelling, I'm gone. I am gone. I don't want to witness. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to witness nothing. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know nothing. All I want to do is get on up out of there. And if my ride ain't ready to go, I'm calling me an Uber. I'm gone. I am gone. And tonight watching that, I don't know why it just disturbed me so bad to see a black woman disrespect her husband like that. Disrespect a black man in front of not only their friends, but disrespected him in front of all those men. And if you bitches, oh my God, you know what? We could never be friends no more. We couldn't have drinks. We couldn't sit over and eat cheese and salami and crackers together, pepperoni. I would not do nothing with her ever again. And in the confession, you see how Contessa was saying, I hope that tree is removable for the next people that move in. But these are the people who in there rubbing you on your bike and talking mess about Heavenly. But they was just upstairs. They was just sitting by the pool talking mess about you while you were berating your husband. They were sitting in their confessionals and talking mess about you, your behavior. And that lady was right. You know, if this is the way you behave, that man say, man, I could have went to Miami. I could have went somewhere else and then I could just had hit Eugene on top of his head, just smacked him on top. But he got to apologize to Toya. I would have packed my bags and wherever he worked that's 5 hours away, checked me to a hotel and stayed there. That's why the man go to work out of town because he don't want to. Toya is too demanding. I don't know what she brings to the marriage, and I know she get her check from the show and stuff like that. But my nervous system can't take stuff like that. I was with a man and we didn't do nothing but argue, 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 and fight all the time. Especially when he was drinking, and I was still kind of dabbling with the drugs and stuff. And it just used to irritate me to no end. And he just talking. When I get tired of hearing him talk, I used to just bust him in the face with my fist. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nothing else come out your mouth. And when I began to get myself going to jail and then finally getting clean, I realized this man, he's a good man. And I told him, I said, you know what, you're a good man, but you're just not the man for me. I don't want no man that cannot stand up to me. I don't want no man that's afraid to tell me no. Because now it's like I'm the man in the relationship. And that's what me and my friend was talking about today. And I'm telling her, I like a man to tell me, you better sit your ass down somewhere. And when you not just talk to me like that, but no, look, I'm the man in this relationship. I like a man that can handle me because I'm that person. I'm that person. I like a man that make me feel safe, but'll put me in my place at the same time. And I don't see that in Eugene. I don't know when Eugene got with Toya, did he think, man, he couldn't, no other woman would look at him and Toya was the best he could do, and she was beautiful because Toya is a beautiful woman, but Toya has daddy issues. There's some things that happened in Toya's life that in her childhood and is spilling over into her adulthood. And tonight, no ma'am, but I'm gonna be watching it again next Sunday. I'm gonna be watching it again next Sunday. So what the hell? What the hell? But that just I hate to see a black man be disrespected like that. I really, really hate to see a black man. I would never do that to a black man, not in front of nobody. I don't think I would berate him
I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and he can say what he gotta say. And when I say I'm done with it, I'm done with it. We're gonna have a cooling off period. You go to your side of the house, I go to my side of the house, and we're gonna have to. I've learned how to agree to disagree. I've learned how to do that. I'm learning, and I've learned, but I ain't got no man now, so it don't matter. It just don't matter now. But it is what it is. That's why I just hopped on. And I'm glad, Sean. I'm glad you came on. I come up every now and then when something is weighing on my spirit. I have to talk about it. I have to release it. And so, I'm releasing that because I have to get up in the morning, go sit with my little lady tomorrow, and get myself prepared for Christmas. My first Christmas without my mom. And I've had some good days. I've had some bad days. And long if I could I'm gonna get through Christmas. I just wanted to come and wanted to be over with. I'm so excited about the new year that's coming. I'm really excited about it. Moving forward, just moving forward. So, I'm gonna turn this TV. Well, I'm gonna look at this movie on Lifetime, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. So, Sean, thank you for just popping in, listening at me, hon. Have a Merry Christmas. And if I don't come back on before the new year, Happy New Year as well. So I'm gonna say be safe Christmas and have a bunch of fun. Be with your family, love up on your family, and let your family love up on you. And have a Merry Christmas. And next year, we'll see what's going to happen next year. So I'm going to say good night, and I'm out. Have a good night.